series to a close, Al and I decided to interview our dear leader and commissioner, Sid Starnes. But what we found out surprised both of us. We could not imagine the depth and the ruthlessness of our commissioner. No matter how great he is and how well he's led our league, but questions remain, like how he afforded a submarine on the commissioner's salary. Lucky enough for us, he granted us an interview and we celebrated. Before we could get underway, ESPN Fantasy came to us with a dire question. They wanted to know how the best fantasy football league in the nation, the Jesus Christ Superstar Fantasy Football League, could allow a non-original member to become commissioner. It dawned on us that we'd never thought of it before. And how did he become commissioner? We thought back on it, and now it's all a blur. Remember having a league owners meeting, democratically electing Carson, and then beginning the year. But then, somewhere out of nowhere, Sid led a coup, toppled Carson, and has been leading a reign of terror ever since. And now, motivated to find out the truth, Al and I set out for Pyongyang to discover how Sid took control of our beloved league. Al and I arrived in Pyongyang on a beautiful sunny day in North Korea. The dear leader held a reception presented by the Jesus Christ Superstar Fantasy Football League All-Volunteer Army. If you don't know that, your league dues do help pay for our standing army that we keep in North Korea. While there, we were wined and dined. I was given a puppy. Al was upset because he didn't get a puppy, but then he was, and he was happy again. We toured all over the facility and the grounds. I was even given a tank. We were distracted but having a great time until we realized his grand plan was to distract us from uncovering the truth. Man, Al, we've been here for a whole week and did nothing but fuck around.
Now it's time to find out the truth.
Al and I took the opportunity to sneak away during one of North Korea's May Day parades. We made our way to Sid's capital in Pyongyang and found our way into the archives, where we discovered more information than we could ever imagine. It turns out that Sid had been keeping a file on each and every one of us and had been blackmailing each of us to keep him as the commissioner. It turns out that Adam had a stroke before I did and took over a year to recover. But no one could know that, because if they did, he wouldn't be able to make fun of me. Bailey likes animals. He likes animals a little bit too much. And no one could find that out, especially his wife. Jimmy's a known dogfighting kingpin, whose known associates are Mike Vick and Kelly Ripa. As for Kenny, him and Sid are known nudists that frequent an Arizona hot springs twice a year. Ham has two secrets. One, that Hua Young is a communist soldier and is a mail-order bride, or should I say, mail-order spy. We looked hard, but there's absolutely no dirt on me whatsoever. I have a clean record and nothing to hide, and I would never lie to any of you in the league about that. Carson is something called a furry and likes to dress up like animals, and is not allowed within 80 miles of any elementary school. Cade's been hiding his true self in the league the whole time. He's not a member of the NRA. He's a card-carrying member of PETA, the ACLU, and he supplements his income by inventing the Coexist bumper sticker. And the biggest bombshell of all is that Jerry is Sid's true biological father. And to this point, court records show that Jerry has only contributed one growler of beer to Sid's upbringing. But all of that is superfluous blackmail information compared to the physical harm that Sid has enacted on Doug and Alex, his two #1 rivals. I dug a little deeper and found many photos of Doug and Aubrey and Alex and Aubrey. There are thousands of them, some very intimate and some just ordinary photos on the street. But then what I found in a hidden folder disturbed me even more. What I found were photos of abuse and receipts from hitmen that Sid had hired. What's even scarier is that Sid has cloned Al and replaced them with one that is clearly in the friend zone of Aubrey. I've not really noticed a difference and don't really mind this action. But poor Doug. Doug may have the worst punishment of all. He's been banished to a faraway island, far away from Aubrey and away from the league, unable to participate in any message boards or any league activities. Now the truth is finally known, and it's out there. The terrible truth of our league and our spiral into evil. But what do we do now? That's not a question that can easily be answered by me. It must be answered by all of us. At a moment like this, at a moment of great importance, I look to the great Atlanta prophet, Samuel L. Jackson, for the answer. I hope you agree.
Can you feel it? It's time. It's time for every one of us. If we get knocked down, we won't just get up. It's time we all rise up.
When the commissioner takes the league hostage. When they're forced to endure late league manager notes. Or no league manager note at all. It's time as a league that we rise up. It's time that we take our league back.
This is our time.
It's time, league. It's time to rise up.